What is up, y'all, and welcome back to Poppy Joe's Pastures. I'm Sarah, and today we're taking you through everything that we're learning about apple trees, from planting them, pruning them, to fertilizing them. So let's get into it. Today, our project is fruit trees, fruit bushes. We're so excited. It's currently November 10th. No, it's like the 17th. It's currently November 17th, a good time to plant in our area. And we have 6 fruit trees going down today and 3 blueberry bushes. So we are going to give y'all the rundown on how we're planting everything and everything about the apple trees we got and the blueberry bushes, how they'll pollinate, how we'll take care of them, and how we'll be waiting patiently for 3 years to bear some fruit. All right, so we have our 6 apple trees laid out here in our middle pasture. We get great sun here, and a few weeks ago we were amending the soil here just with some fertilizer. We did some soil samples and gave it a little TLC that it needed. So we are ready to get these in the ground. I am a sucker for juicy Honeycrisp, but in our zone they don't do well. So we have Gala, we have Yellow Delicious, another Gala, a Red Delicious, and a Fuji. So Gala pollinates really well with the Delicious. Fuji pollinates really well with Gala, with Delicious. So that's exactly what we went with. And the reason why you want to get 2 different types of fruit trees is so that they can pollinate with each other. And with that, you'll get a higher yield of fruit production from your trees. I'm like uncomfortably hot.
Maybe.
Yes.
Want to take a lunch and hydration break? You put on a t-shirt or something?
Yes.
Alright, let's do that.
We're almost done.
I know, but let's do that.
After we get the holes dug, I can do the rest. And then you can start the fence. Planting them is really easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, but
I'm so out of shape.
baby, you're not. This is hard work.
I'm like winded.
Baby, you just exerted maximum force over it.
Alright, now that we've been brutally humbled by digging holes in the Georgia clay, we're going to take these out of their pots, we're going to loosen the roots up a little bit, and we're going to use the native soil to fill the hole back up. We've seen people fill the holes with compost and manure, but we're going to stick with native soil to encourage this tree's roots to spread and find the nutrients that it needs to grow. All right, y'all, we have all 6 apple trees planted and it took us way longer than we thought, but that's okay. So as far as our process went, we dug our holes and we decided to fill our holes back up with just our native soil. So everything that we dug up is what we just filled the hole back up with. We've seen people talk about adding compost and manure back to the hole, but we really want the trees' roots to be encouraged to grow on their own, to search for their own nutrients with our soil. So that's why we just kind of stuck with what we dug up. We loosened the roots a little bit. We have them all level with the soil. Formed a little lip around the edges. And now we're just gonna give them a little mulch. We're not gonna go too close to the root because of root rot. And then we will be on our way. Here we are, y'all, a few months later. So we planted those trees in November and now it's the beginning of March and they've been dormant for a while. I'm starting to see a little bit of leaves popping through, but I really have to prune them and fertilize them. So I don't know what I'm totally doing, right? So if you're looking for an expert, I'm not the girl. Doug's not the guy. We are beginners, learning as we go, bringing you on this journey, trying to figure everything out. So all I could do was research, watch other people's YouTube videos, read other blogs, go on Google, you know, the whole 9. And essentially when we're pruning, we're looking for the 3 Ds: damaged, diseased, and I already forget the 3rd one: damaged, diseased, and dead. Dead. So that's really what I'm looking for. And I've been looking at these a lot the past few months because, to be totally honest, when they're like dormant, they don't look dead, right? I know they're not dead, but they just look so unlively. And I kept asking Doug, I was like, are they good? Like, are we watering them enough? And he's like, yes, it's just winter, they're dormant. I'm like, okay. But anywho, I have looked at them a lot every time I walk outside because I'm like, are they good? And they are good, they're just dormant. It was winter, but now it's starting to get spring and life. And if it's this time next year and they haven't grown at all, right, then maybe I should be concerned and be like, okay, are they really good? But they're fine. All that to be said, I've looked at them a lot the past few months. I'm not seeing a lot of disease. I've looked at pictures of other disease and sometimes that comes from certain insects and whatnot. I'm not seeing much of that, but we definitely have damage, right? So we don't have our staked. We have one that was like kind of starting to lean, so we did kind of a makeshift stake. I know people in the comments are probably going to recommend that. That's definitely on our to-do list. We just honestly haven't gotten around to it yet. And I will say, I'm freaking proud of these babies because we've had some like crazy storms the past few weeks, the like 70-mile-per-hour gusts, like tornado watch type stuff. And I mean, these babies held up pretty good, besides a few branches kind of snapping, and then I would just rip them off, which I probably shouldn't have done. I should have taken the pruners to them, but today I'm really looking for those that are damaged and I'm just going to prune them. And I guess anything that's dead, but again, I've looked at these a lot. I don't think anything's dead, but we definitely have some damage. And I'll try to do my best to show it. Seriously, give us the apple tree tips. We've been watering them a few times a week, even though we really haven't had to because we've been doing really well with the rain here. But say it hasn't rained all week, we'd water them, let's say 2 or 3 times and give them like a good soaking because apple trees are wanting 1 to 2 inches of rain of water a week. So we've been giving them water. And for fertilizing, right, again, you're gonna see a lot of people say different fertilizers and whatnot. I'm just gonna use a 10-10. We amended the soil really well before we even planted them, and We know that the soil is healthy. We did a test, then we amended it. We just know that the soil is in good shape. I'm seeing green grass. The seed that we planted is growing. And I have faith in the soil, but just giving it a little triple 10 love isn't gonna hurt. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna bring y'all closer while I prune them, and maybe I'll share some of what I'm seeing and why I'm gonna cut it. But let's just figure this out. Those off, anything that's growing in, we're gonna snip. And we really just wanna try and have like one lead guy and not let anything get too tall. And people, let me know in the comments if I'm missing anything, because I've never done this before, and I want to have apples in a few years so that instead of talking about pruning and fertilizing them, I could talk to you about all the beautiful recipes that you can make with apples. Thank you so much. Like this be damaged. Also, this is a gala. So what I have here going inside towards each other, I'm gonna cut. And some of these, just like baby ones, I'm just gonna bye. Little baby guys, bye. You, bye. I feel like that was good. So this guy's like broken at the top. I'm just gonna snip the whole thing. Just say whatever. I see people say that you don't want them to get too tall, because in like 3 years, hopefully, when they're producing fruit, you're gonna be like out here on the ladder trying to get them. So pruning kind of hurts, man. You're just freaking snipping. It's like giving it a haircut when like, maybe it doesn't want a haircut. I'm just gonna cut this whole one off. I don't know if I should have done that. And then all we have to do is just water them. And then that is it for today's video. Thank y'all so much for watching. We're learning apple trees as we go. We also have blueberry bushes. We're learning those as we go, but we're gonna share everything that we're learning along the way. And hopefully in a few years, we're showing all the recipes that you can make with apples from your apple trees. Subscribe below, leave all of your comments, questions, feedback in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Check out our website, Poppy Joe's Pastures, and check us out on Instagram and TikTok. Bye!